Hello there and welcome to English 101 here at Georgia Military College. I am Professor Allison Cornelli and I will be working with you for the next 8 weeks. So I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and introduce the course and give you a few tips as we get started. This is an 8-week course. Which traditionally would be a 16-week course. So that means we are working at an accelerated pace. We are doing the work much quicker. So it's really important that we get started right away and kind of hit the ground running. So I want you to look at a few things here in the course to make sure that you get started correctly. There is an introductions discussion. You can introduce yourself. I have introduced myself. You can read in there. How to be successful in the course. Each week there'll be news and announcements. Those will come through your GMC email, but they'll also be listed here throughout the week. Of course, we have a syllabus. There's frequently asked questions, late policy for English 101. This is important to read since we are working at such a quick pace, and this is not a self-paced class. Work is expected each week, and it's expected on time. So please read through that for the late policy for those very rare circumstances that might prevent late work. And then there's just some other things here for you to help you as you get started with English 101. Two things that I really want to draw your attention to is one, since we are going to be focusing in on academic writing, and our biggest assignment for this course will be a culmination of the of all of the writing activities we do, which will be a research essay. So this GMC library will become your second home. The beauty of it is it's all online. It is accessible right from your Moodle account right here in our course. And there are some library guides specific to our course you will find in there as we get into looking up resources. And just like an in-person brick and mortar library, there are librarians, and just like in person, they love research and they love to help students. So this is going to be a great resource for you for this class, and then any other class that you take here at GMC. It's still going to be available to you, and there's still tons of things in there. So just really a great resource, and just know that this is going to be your go-to for research, not Google. The other thing that I want to talk about, I guess it's not necessarily here on the screen, but our discussion boards. That is really the heartbeat of our class. Just as if we were in person together, we would be talking and asking questions and answering questions. So since this is asynchronous, we have to have something that kind of simulates that, and that's the discussion board. So students are responsible for reading each week. So when you get into week 1, you're going to have some required reading and viewing. So that's going to be your first step for the course. And that opens typically, the first week isn't always open on Sunday, but typically every week after the first week, it'll be open on Sunday. They kind of overlap. So you can start your week early in the week and reading through the different things that we are going to be discussing. So you want to read that first before you go to your discussion forum. So you're going to answer the questions in the discussion forum. And this is a semi-formal writing, so you want to take some time. I suggest you can type it out on Microsoft Word, so it has proper formatting, and it has spelling and grammar, and you can work out all of those errors ahead of time. So then you will post that by by Friday of each week. And then you'll also get in there and continue the discussion with the rest of the class. So to get 100% each week, which I encourage you to make that a goal. You want to get that first post in there answering the questions. It'll be in MLA formatting. If you cite anything, you'll need to include that source. That's why we start off right right off the bat in week 1, talking about how to cite and paraphrase sources. So that'll be your first post in discussion board number 1. And then you will go back and respond and keep that academic conversation going as if we were in class together. So I will have a post in there that you can comment on, or you can comment on other posts. So you have your post, you're going to respond to at least 2 other posts that are in there, and then you want to make sure you're active on 2 different days. So one last thing before I leave you, you want to make sure that you are setting aside enough time each week. We are working on this asynchronously, and that compares to if we were going to be in person together. Let's say we would meet on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 p.m. We'd be together for an hour and a half or so. So I encourage you to figure out what that class time looks for you in your schedule. It could be at 1 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That may be the worst time, or not the worst time. It'll be the worst time for me, but might be the best time for you. But you want to consider that you want to have enough time going through the class materials as if you were in class, and still allowing enough time to complete the work. This class cannot be completed in just a couple of hours each week. I just don't think that it's possible. And I want you to be started with success. And so get your mindset thinking. You don't want to come in here on Sunday evenings at 9 or 10 o'clock and think you're going to be able to write essays and be able to do the discussion all within a couple hours, because that's not going to be a good setup for success. So those are my tips to get us started. You'll hear from me throughout the course, and I'm looking forward to these next 8 weeks together, and I will see you in class.